Hey, Robert G, what's up, man? Where is that board at? Set it down. So I got this cherry board. Yeah, I'm ripping right now. Real thin to the bandsaw. Let's probably start with that. I got some forms to pull here. So good morning, everybody. I think I ripped it from that side last time. It's a little thicker than maybe I want. It doesn't feel tight right there. Apparently, my wall is not 90 degrees right there. It's the metal here, though. It's moving, so I can't trust that. I have to tighten that more, I suppose. Just also. It's probably not the right one. There we go. This may help here. This little piece of aluminum here is kind of moving, and I can't have that. I gotta have it. Gotta have that kind of steady there. That last cut was not what I would have wanted. Could be the blade too. It's definitely tapering. I don't know why it's doing that. You have to keep pressure against it. Problem with this piece here is it's got a thin spot in the middle. Not very good. Boots? Where's my protective glasses? You're right, man. I should put on some glasses. Hold on. There we go. Thank you for that safety tip, buddy. You're right. I should have protective glasses on. I don't have boots, though. It just seems like I'm having to apply pressure. It's not cutting like it did yesterday. Okay, I remember you now. I don't even know how you saw my toes. The camera angle is not down there. I don't have any heavy material, Lord Alcatraz, so I don't think my toes are in danger. I just blade it. essentially. Cutting a lot of curves with it the other day. Yeah, that's not bad. Appreciate you coming through though, man. And also, I will say in my defense though, I should have had my glasses on. The boots, I don't think I'm working with heavy enough material at the moment. I don't really have boots, and I don't know if you live in the East Coast, south of the United States, but it's too hot here for that, man. If I'm working heavy stuff, I'll put some boots on. But I actually respect your safety conscious nature. I had over 100 kids that I taught to cut forms with a bandsaw, and none of them got even close to hurting their fingers or their face. Everybody wore safety equipment, so I understand the need for safety. But I'm going to be quiet and kind of move on with my stuff here. Got to keep the Crocs in four-wheel drive. That is true. What I'm trying to do now is cut some thinner stock for bending, but unfortunately both of those are inconsistent. This one's not as bad. This one will probably snap in the middle when it comes out of the bender. We'll try. We're gonna keep cutting stock. That's what we basically have to do right now. And then I'm gonna show you all what these are. Is everybody? We got folks in the chat now. Robert G. Wes is in the chat. Wes said safety is for nerds, Lord Alcatraz. No, I mean I get it. I get it. I understand. I mean, if I had any safety precautions that I was taking, then I would maybe get defensive about safety trolling, but I wasn't being very safe. So, fair enough. Fair's fair. And Wes said, "Good morning, Mrs. Heather." That's my right hand in the house, taking care of the chat and all of that. But let's do this since I got y'all here. Let's open these forms. Let me zoom in so we can see what these look like. This one I had to unclamp this morning, so. Splinters and bad knees. All right, so here is the form I had that I made day before yesterday, and I haven't tried to. Here is the resulting bend that I got. Now these are just trial bends here, but I kind of was looking for something like that. I want to take a number of these and actually like either glue them up because I'll get a consistent thickness, or laminate them. You know, if you can get the consistent bend on the wood, then laminate it. Take care, man. Yeah, man, we don't do politics around here, buddy. So you do take care though. Yeah. So we bent this yesterday. This is a piece of hard maple. We put it through the steam bender and put it in there, and we pressed the form down on it, and that's what we got out. And I think obviously these are trial pieces. I got a piece in the steamer right now, more like this width, that we soaked in some boiling water. We're gonna see how that one turns out. But this one was just sitting in here. We just put it in this form. I also had a couple ideas yesterday on how to build new forms. But I want to build a piece somewhat like this here, if you can see this, where it's in a ring. It doesn't need to be a light fixture, just a decorative feature with just a number of pieces of bent wood, kind of gracefully bent in there. I have an idea on how to get twists too, so we'll see how those happen, whether it works out like I envisioned. But it seems to be that I'm starting to figure it out a little bit. That's what I got out of that form. Now let's take this one. Was the one that I think. So this one I clamped down like Wes was talking about yesterday. And the other one I clamped down flat on the bench. So let's see how this one came out. Y'all see that? So now let's see when we, hopefully it didn't glue up in here. You know, that sometimes happens, dude. That's why you're supposed to use Titebond 3. I might have to pry this open a little bit. This is that first piece I got. See if I can get something in there that won't damage it. I don't like to do this without it secure. Like it's in there good. Well, I guess this is one of the possibilities that can happen. I wonder if there's an easier way to do this. Oh, okay, it's coming loose. That probably needs to be a little looser. I think I said something about that yesterday. There we go. All right, and this is how this piece turned out. I'm actually more into the idea of pieces like that, right? That get bent around. I want a whole sphere of those, but my whole idea is to actually get a twist, like a full twist in the wood. That one came out cool too. That one went through. I got to look at where it went through. We had that clamped against this side. Oh, that looks like it's getting spring back already, right? It's clamped against this side like this. Nah, it didn't. And then we should have probably run it all the way around through there, but it ran there like that, right? So it did get bent and it worked and it didn't split. So both of those two work. Now it's about, can we get consistency and a consistent bend, maybe putting them straight through here and clamping it down. This one probably, I need it loose enough in there. That one really got stuck down. So there's that. I got to cut a bunch more strips. This one didn't come out good, but this is what I'm trying to do with this cherry stock here, and it's kiln dried, so I think it needs to be soaked for a long time. I think this piece is probably going to snap. I got one of these in the wood bender right now, in the steam bender, but this is what we got today, was this and this. So, you know, you got to start small, got to come from somewhere, it's got to grow. We'll get better. But it did bend and it didn't snap. So steam bender is a success for those two tiny pieces of stock. Now let's move back to the bandsaw so we can cut more of these things. Yeah, simple curve. Heather said can be used with multiple. So if we can get a consistent curve, basically like wood sculpture is what we're trying to do here. We also would like to make lighting features, but everything doesn't have to always have a utilitarian purpose. It can be decorative. We spend a lot of time on bunk beds and such, so it's not necessary that we spend, you know, another 4 months doing only things of utility. Thank you for being here at Dad's Workshop, where we do our best to follow safety rules so we don't get reported and things like that. But, you know, sometimes the luck's going your way and sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have folks pop in that come in at the wrong time for you. I don't like that a lot. It's got some curve to it. This is really a table saw type deal. Put my safety goggles back on. Robert G said, might need to do the board with dowels and manually apply the bend to get full rotation. That was exactly what I was telling Heather about. I think that dowels could probably go through here, and then you have to force it. When you put the form down, it's going to be forced around the dowels. That was what I was talking about yesterday. I've got some other ideas too, but I'm going to try to put them straight through the thing, or running them back and forth. I might actually cut these in half. Those are long. I want to rip cut. I'm that resaw it like that. Should I do that? What do y'all think? Oh, I already started to cut. It's in a knot right now. One. Dang, I was hoping to apply holding apple. Apple bend. Oh yeah. Yeah, so what I think, let me throw another idea at you. What I thought yesterday was, I was thinking about the tool that Wes pulled out on his live stream that clamped his knife that he used. I think he used the handle of the knife when it was, when he was putting it on the belt sander. He used this like clamping device. If you have one of those, or if you can make a clamp out of 2 pieces of wood and dowels, and then you have 2 pieces, like 2 dowel holes down in your bench, you can take the wood, twist it, put the dowels down in your bench, and I just slammed my watch again against that thing. I gotta stop wearing this thing in here. Second bandsaw scratch. So stupid. Ain't worth all that. Yeah, so take the dowels and throw them down into the bench. Basically, you twist. I'm trying to think if I have something that resembles that. What I'm thinking is there's also a piece that's basically like 2 blocks of wood, right? And they clamp together, and it's held by 2 handles, and 2 guys will twist this. Now, if you can do that, or you can set one in a post, you can twist the other end. So basically, you got a piece of wood. Let me find something that'll look like it'll pinch it. And you've got let me try something like works right for this. Imagine this is basically you have this is pinched, and we had 2 dowels in here. Like if I had a dowel to hold right now, I can show you what I'm talking about. You got a dowel through this, right? This is pinched, like clamped down, right? And you can use a clamp, and then there's one on this side, and the 2 of you, or you have this clamped into your bench, and you twist it from there, right? It has the pressure there. Anyway, I don't need to. Expo, finally a normal person on live. I am a normal man, you know. I don't have any beanie hats on, and I'm not saying crazy stuff, but there are normal dudes. There's a couple in my stream right in the chat right now. If you like normal and cool, we do fulfill that need on live streams. You can have normal too, though. Beanie hats with the propellers. Beanie hats. All right, let me bandsaw some more of this cherry stock so I can get some. I think my steamer should be producing steam right now. Is it not? Feels hot. It's dripping. All right, so this is the stock we got so far here from this one board, and I'm trying to get a couple more pieces. We just experimenting with, and I have some pine too. I'm gonna try to do some pine also in there. Thanks everybody for being here. Normal. Hey, we're not normal here? Do I know you? saw is not wanting to do this. That is not uniform at all. Pelado, welcome. Normal is overrated. I don't think anybody who puts their face on a live stream is particularly, like, you're not necessarily normal. You have to be a little bit, like, it takes some gall to do that, some chutzpah. We got Pelado, we got Wes. Yeah, Wes at work today. Says I'm at work lurking. What do we have here? Pamataja. What is the current project? The current project is wood bending. See that steam bender down there? It has a steam generator in it, and I think it's steaming currently. Bubbling down there. You see it bubbling? I love how people make me prove that I have a project going on, and I'm not just doing views. Like, trying to get views and numbers. Trust me, man, that doesn't benefit anybody here. Yeah, we have a project. So I've got wood inside of there, and it's going to go into the in these forms right here. See those forms? And it is going to be bent into shape where it will be then turned into art pieces and so forth. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. So wood bending. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to pull some wood out of this, but it's not quite ready yet. I see it's steaming. Oh, it is dripping out of the back side of this thing. I thought I cut a drip hole in down here. It's like it's being covered up. Who is that? What is that? Is that Carrie? Carrie sent a bear. Thank you for the bear, Carrie. It's very, very kind. Very, very kind. And that is the end of the steam bender that is dripping at the moment. Thank you for the bear, Carrie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. That's a beautiful gift. Thank you so much. It's like a bear with an autumn umbrella, too. Love that. Love that. All right, so let's continue. Got to cut some more strips. Oh, another one? I think you earned, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the bear and the other bear. Thank you. Beautiful. Care Bear. That's right. That's Care Bear. Thank you, Carrie. If I had drumsticks, I would give her a drum roll, you know. I can do a cherry clap. It's a cherry clap. Not as good as the ash clap, right? We got to make that ash clap again one of these days. I don't think I have enough ash boards to do it now. I've made too much stuff out of them. Thank you, Carrie. Care Bear. I believe that. I totally believe that. I have a birch log over here in my backyard. Pamataja. Yeah, I got one in my backyard. I want to cut. It's green, so it's good for this. You want to use green wood for bending. And I actually want to grab that, I don't know, in the next couple of days and bring it out here. And hold on, I could probably do it today. Do we get another bear? Is that another Care Bear? It's an autumn bear, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have great people here in the chat. We are normal. That's why people like us, you know, but we're also abnormal, and that's why people like us too. We are human. We appreciate the bears and the gifts. These bears, lovely, lovely, lovely. Autumn bear with its umbrella and the leaves coming down. Leaves are coming down here too, starting to at least. It's a beautiful day out here. I think I need a cup of coffee. It's kind of like coffee o'clock right now. Someone's going to have to explain these gifts to me. It's a YouTube thing. YouTube likes it, though. The bear is like frozen on my screen. Thank you for the bear, Carrie. This is the flatter side. I'm gonna go with this side here. I might bring this out a bit. Check and see if it's square again. Boogity boo, right here. I will say, please. West sent. Where is it at? I gotta look, man. I'm not. My chat is not at all caught up, dude. Wes, thank you. Thank you for your gift. BYU's quarterback is actually a bear. Pilato, stop talking like that. Just kidding. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I see steam from that machine down there. See that? Can y'all see that in the camera shot there? In the junk pile over there? There's a lot of junk, but there's also important stuff. I have a 2,000-year-old Greek vase over there. I'm not lying to you. You see in this stack of stuff right here? There is actually a 2,000-year-old Downian pitcher in that box over there that needs to be put back together. Literally like Jesus' age. So that's completely off subject from bending wood, but I can show you that too. It's pretty cool, but it's also sad because my 3-year-old shattered it. It had been shattered sometime in antiquity and reconstructed, right? Then, you know, shattered again. It's from a region of Italy, but it's Greek pottery. Oh, thank you, Pamatija. If you know how to like write in phonetics, tell me how to pronounce that name so I don't slaughter it. Pommitaggia, Pomitaja. Pomitaja? That's a cool name. I'm not gonna lie. That's a cool name. Pomitaja. It says I have enough jewels for a gift. I can send myself a gift. How about that? What do y'all think about that? Let's put some wood through this thing and see how this wood comes out. This bender in a little bit. We gotta give it some time. It's kiln dried, so it's really dry. We thank Palm. We'll call you Palm. There you go. That's a good idea. Hold on. Oh, I'm cutting wood, drinking coffee at the same damn time. Going live on the bandsaw at the same damn time. Oh, we're gonna bend some wood, but I think we got to make sure we wait long enough. I tried to start it before we started the live. This is a hard thing. I've never seen anybody do a bend wood live, so you have to do more preparation, I think. See the thingamajiggy?
Yeah. Mom said it's finished.
That's what? Oh, it's finished? No.
Oh. It is finished. Means bomber, the name.
Oh. Oh, it is finished, the language. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. I think I have some like remote DNA from there. Yeah. My DNA test showed some finish in there. Yeah, you can pretty much knock those people out too. That's why I have celiac disease. So genetic diversity is good, man. Like having a vast diverse DNA is like a really good thing for your genetics. Mine is limited, and so you end up with genetic problems with that. Like go to in Iceland, for example. Iceland, a lot of the people are related. You know, they have to be careful when they date. That's probably okay. There's some anglers to this, and as I'm cutting it wants to bow. That's just my fence just moved. I felt it. The other thing I was thinking about that you could do is you could take one of these and before you put it in the bender, drill like a hole in a decent spot where there's some support wood behind it. And then that hole will be where you apply a dowel and then you could twist it around that dowel once it's ready. That was what I was thinking yesterday. Yeah, we live in North Carolina, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bends and streams are good. I'll show you. I mean, I'll do the best I can. If I pull it out of the bender too early, these are a little thicker than those. I'm going to have to find it, like, I might have to invest in a table saw or just get thin stock. Because this fence is, there's too much flopping around. You can't depend on it. I need, what I need is Pilato's fence. You know, the fence that Pilato built on his bandsaw. I would have resawed this, and probably I'm better off trying to resaw it now, to be honest, because that's the only flat side. Now I have no flat reference side. This isn't flat anymore, so resawing is probably a better idea at this point. Mr. said, yo, Heather. Palm said, North Carolina is one of the states that had a lot of Finnish immigration in 1990. Interesting. You know, I am originally from Minnesota. I'm not from North Carolina. I'm sure you won't have a hard time finding that there is a Finnish population in Minnesota. Also, who did we have on here who was Finnish? We had someone else on here who was Finnish before. Definitely we've had Danish people, and I've never had any Swedes or Norwegians on here. Ben is Swedish. Yeah, so that's where I was. Yeah, that's the state I'm originally from. Heather's from Long Island. Maybe there's a Finnish community in Long Island. Hopefully, there's a community of everything kind of everywhere, you know. But definitely, yeah, Minnesota is probably a spot that they are. Wes said, I'm finished, but then I get started again. I need a boom for that. Wish I had my drumsticks, because then I would actually have a snare drum. I go and hit the hi-hat. Have to hook up my hi-hat pedal. Yeah, the Finnish are proud people. You know, y'all managed to fend the Russians off, and that's something. That's not nothing. I don't know if y'all know this, but the Russians tried to invade Finland, and in World War II, and the Finnish got on skis with these white rabbit fur jackets and managed to fend off the Russians and show that the Russians were kind of a paper tiger. Yes, you have an angry neighbor. That is correct. So the Finns, here's the story. I told you I had celiac disease, and two of the biggest populations of people who have celiac disease are, well, one of the biggest is in Finland. Across the body of water from Russia, you have a body of water separating you, and I don't think it's North Sea. I don't know what sea that is. It's in the north between Russia and Finland there, and the people are related actually on the Finnish side and the Russian side. So on the Finnish side, they find a lot of people have celiac, which is a genetic autoimmune disease. On the Russian side, they don't find as much cases of it because they don't have the health care. So on the Finnish side, they have good health care. On the Russian side, they don't. So the people are related. They suspect that the same amount of people have it on the Russian side because they're like cousins to the Finns that live across the water. So the belief is it's basically access to health care that makes you figure out if you have it. Or there's a lot of people who don't have access to health care who don't know they have it. Interesting, right? Yeah. Yep. Now I had to have a biopsy of my intestine to it took me years to figure out what I had. I was really sick. I had rashes all over my elbows and my head, and like I lost hair and stuff literally because of it was like having poison ivy all the time. And And so I didn't know what was going on with my skin. I went to a gastroenterologist because I had heard that it could be dietary. And the gastroenterologist just brushed me off. Like, was like, I took a day off of work, and he started to brush me off. And I said, oh, nah, man, I'm not going to do this again. Because I'd been like 4 other doctors and I got a referral and everything. I was like, you're going to do, he's like, it's not that or something. I was like, I took the day off. You're gonna let me know something. We're gonna schedule something. He said, in all my years, I've never had someone come in with gastrointestinal symptoms or skin symptoms and say it's gastroenterological, right? So I came in and I had a biopsy endoscopy, and they took a biopsy of the small intestine and they found it, celiac sprue. And then I had a biopsy of the skin, which confirmed the skin manifestation of it too. So a lot of people say I can't eat gluten and stuff like that, and I'm gluten intolerant, and they have celiac, and they play around with the words. But like, I actually got diagnosed by multiple doctors. They had to go into my intestine and pull skin out of parts of my body, and all of that. So it's not like something I play around with. If I could eat bread, if I could eat pizza and donuts and croissants, I would. I love that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'll tell anyone. I used to make bread. Like, I used to bake bread by hand. I didn't even need a recipe. It was one of my favorite things. I would never have turned my back on an entire body of food products on purpose. Yep. So I can eat pizza, but it has to be made with like cauliflower crusts or rice flour crusts, and it can't be wheat. I can't eat anything with wheat, barley, and rye in it. I do, yeah. New Roots, I do eat cauliflower crust all the time. I'm used to it now. Yeah. No, it's not nothing. It said Zan is celiac, I think what she meant. Well, excuse me, what Runic said. Runic said Zan is, I thought it was Palm. That's why I said she. Or I don't know actually the gender of anybody unless they indicated that. So sorry to misgender anybody. So I can't eat wheat. Yeah. Pilato says he'll eat some wheat in my honor today. You go ahead and do that. I got a lot of people that do that, and trust me, I know that. New Roots said, "Man, I'm the same way with dairy. Learn to just love this." Heather's gonna praise that right there. Yeah, Heather loves. Before I came here, she didn't do any dairy. Like, I gotta have my dairy, man. Like, I gotta have something. I ditched everything else. Yeah. I can't eat sourdough is a bread that's made with like potato. You take potato and you ferment it till it turns, the yeast forms in the air, and then that potato is then mixed into a bread dough, right? So sourdough is nothing but just fermented potato mixed with bread. So I can eat sourdough if it's not wheat-based sourdough. If a bread is made with like tapioca or a different base, and they use I made it myself. It didn't turn out well. Yeah. Mr. said, I don't consider wheat to be edible, nutritious human food. Just saying, it is. Apparently, it's not real good for. Although it is allegedly a more effective carbohydrate than corn, right? So, like in the Civil War, the Union Army had wheat as their main staple grain, and the Confederate Army had corn. And it was considered that the Union Army had better nutrition because their starch was wheat, right? And the Confederates had corn, but I don't know if that's really true or not. All right, let's cut some stuff with this bandsaw. There is a thought, New Roots, that is true, right? By the way, shout out to Palm and all the new people in the chat, New Roots. Also, we had Runic pop in. Thanks, Runic, for being here. Sorry for not acknowledging you, Runic. Palato, Runic, Carrie, Mr. Palm, New Roots, everybody who's in the chat, thank you for being here. I want to say thank you for everybody. I'm very appreciative that y'all are here hanging out with me. And the conversation's a good one. It's an important conversation to have. Y'all, yeah, so she's talking, I think we're talking about ergot, which is something that grows on wheat as a mold. It's a fungus. And the belief is that the women of Salem were consuming this ergot wheat, and basically were having the side effects that you would experience if you were to accidentally eat LSD. Am I right? Is that the theory? And the Salem witch trials were contrived of such, well, the truth is that witch trials were taking place in Massachusetts, Virginia, Connecticut, New York. They were happening everywhere, and it was usually someone wanted someone's land, or the witch was usually a midwife, and so they had medicinal skills that were being in our ultra-Christian and puritanic views. They were practicing witchery because they were doing things that were healing people. Sometimes they were healing people other people didn't like, and so there were things like that. Hey, Palm, welcome. New member, Palm. So happy to have you. I should have brought memberships up, and then Palm joined. So thank you for being a member, Palm. We are so happy to have you. We appreciate you. We appreciate it. And we're here, well, now we're here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. And so we're here to hang out and chat. So the belief is then that the women ate this ergot. But we were having witch trials in numerous places in the United States, including Virginia. And often there was some dimension of finances associated. Someone wanted someone's land. Someone didn't like someone because they had rumors that they were with their husband, things like that. But often the people being accused of being witches were midwives, the people who had most of the practical medicinal knowledge at the time. You could go to a number of doctors who would get stuff wrong back then. But if you went to a midwife, they had practical knowledge, what herbs, what plants, what things actually worked, not pretended to work, like really worked. And that scared people, because they had a power because of that. And then the other times, they were just normal women who often were widowed, and so they were by themselves, and people wanted to take their property and land, so they found ways to accuse them of witchcraft, knowing that their land would be auctioned to the highest bidder and things like that. It was we had a very litigious colonial presence. As a colonial country, there were lawsuits in the 1600s between landowners that lived next to each other. England couldn't even keep enough barristers in America to handle the lawsuits. Before we were even a country, we already had people suing each other in huge numbers. In Virginia, I can say for a fact, in the 1600s. So we were already legal and litigious then. So when people were accused of witchcraft, it was not a small thing. They did have, in a lot of cases, a chance to defend themselves. In Virginia, we have a road in Virginia Beach called Witch Duck Road, and I cannot remember the lady's name. She was accused of being a witch more than once, and they ducked her in the water there to check and see if she floated. She sued back and won the lawsuit and was acquitted of being a witch. So it's not as simple as everybody who was accused of being a witch was convicted and executed. That's the lore that's taught. But it was a litigious, meaning a very legal society that colonial America was. And so they were in court all the time, maybe even worse than they are now, over numerous things. Probably one of the reasons that they were kicked out of England and stuff like that was because they were just annoying. Like they wanted to sue people over stuff, and they wanted to do weird fanatical religious stuff. I mean, that's the truth story. We can talk about religious freedom all we want. But the reason they were here was because they couldn't hack it in England, because something about them bothered the people, or something about the people bothered them. And they left. Otherwise, and then they tried to bring England to America. So it's really weird. Very interesting. Thank you to the new member, Palm. It's always a good day when we have a new member. So let's give Carrie a hand. Let's give all our members a hand. Mr. Runic is not a member, but it's okay. Palato is. Yeah, new member Palm, welcome from Finland. We have some giveaways going out. I got to send out Wes's package. It's been kind of packed and put aside and squirreled away for a couple of days. I'm usually better at sending stuff out. It's ready. Yeah, we're going to, man. I'm just waiting for it. We can probably pull it up right now, actually. What time did I get on here, guys? Has it been an hour, you think? Let's pull it out. Be carefully, though. Oh, I didn't see Old Path pop in. Old Path, welcome. That's why I saw Hey OP, and then I didn't even see what was in there. Old Path, welcome. Let's see what's going on down here. Yeah, this is all new to me too. New Roots. We are just practicing it and just learning it right now. This is all new. So we have a new member too. Want to shout that out. Palm's a new member. Oh, let's get our forms in the right place too. We want to have those ready. You don't want to willy-nilly execute this. All right, so we're gonna try to put these strips. I want to try to put them straight through that thing and just bend them. We're gonna bend them in an arc. So there's the form right there. I just want to put them straight down in that and just bend them in an arc. That's what we're gonna try to do here. Obviously, you all know that's like a clean out cap from a PVC pipe. So this is just a basic setup here. I can smell the PVC heated up. So a little bit of water in there. We got to kind of fix that problem probably. I put them in deeper in there too. Oh, ouch. Might have to go with the bite glove. Did I tell y'all what's the rule number 1 of bite glove? I don't think I should reach my hand that. Oh, yeah, nah. Don't do that. Don't do that. I need tongs. That thing taught me real quick not to do that, boy. Woo! Hot. Heather, if you could please, and thank you, grab me a pair of tongs. I think I would burn myself pretty badly in that box without them. I don't think I have anything in here like that would grab something. Maybe I got some pliers. Maybe I can use those. I don't know if that'll get far enough in there. I want to make sure my work surface here is cleaned off. I don't know if she heard me or not, but I'm going to try to use these pliers. It's just kind of deep in there. Setting up my form on top here. It's not wide enough. Yeah, it's real hot in there. You shocked? I'm gonna have to find a better solution than pliers though. We got a whole bunch of different kinds of wood here. I'm gonna leave everything in there, but this right here real quick. Now move the camera. Move the camera up here to the form here. I just want to see, will this piece of cherry right here bend into this form right here, right? We're going to clamp it down, or will it bend straight? Yep. I want to straighten it out. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm psyched, y'all. Yeah, but I think it was Robert G who said earlier, probably having pins or like dowels in there. I need something else for that end, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, like a spring clamp or something down. I could screw it down probably. I mean, you could put screws through here. I've seen that done. And then just remove the screws out. But y'all see how that bent? Sweet, right? That's a little thicker than yesterday. So let me see if I can find something here to hold that down. It's holding itself because it's kind of in place, but I don't trust that. Bottle jack upside down. I think I know what you... What are we talking about, bottle jack? What's that? Oh, man, I burnt myself with that steam, though. Ouch. See, I wonder if this clamp... Oh, that's not going to help right now. I'm going to take my screw gun and actually put some screws in there probably. But for now, it's held down, so let's just leave that. I'm not going to mess with that. And I've got another form I want to show y'all. I'm going to do some experimental. Oh, okay, like a car jack. Upside down. You know what? Upside down may be the move, but the problem right now with that is that those two pieces are sticking out of it. So I can't do upside down at the moment. Let's see if we can pull another piece of wood out of there. And these ones may crack, so y'all ready for some fails here? We might have some fails now in this Mr. Wizard's lab right now. Dad's workshop, where we're not afraid to do a little bit of failing. Not afraid. Now, one of these little clamps too, I could probably use that, like grab the wood with that and pull it back and things like that. This one should be easier. I should have put this one over here. Let me move the bandsaw. Heavy, man. Woo! No joke. I'm noticing the steam produced by this thing is pretty intense. So it seems to work really well as a steam producing. And this is the one from Harbor Freight. Now you see I got these hold fast holes in the bench right here. That's probably going to help me out right now. We're going to put, and I want to make sure. That's probably too far. There we go. That's how we'll do it. I think that's big enough there. This one. I have no experience woodbending. This is all new to me, guys. All I did was watch videos and just see other people do it, and I was transfixed by it. Like, I just had to do it. Had to do it, man. OP, thanks for being here, man. I don't know if there's enough depth in that. Nope, I gotta have the full size. might be what I need right there. I'm gonna take this one. Now this one's just gonna go straight down over the form there. All right, let's pull that. One of these, so we got a bunch of different kinds of wood here, but mostly pine, right? And on this pine, I don't want to spend too much time. See, we already got a break right there on the knot, so forget that one. This is maple, but it's a thick stock piece here. Put that in there. That's not ready. All right, let's take this piece right here and try it. This is all a learning process for me too, guys. Here's a piece of pine from, this is just 2x4 lumber here. Sounds like it's breaking, right? Know what you got when you got one. I'm pretty sure this is gonna break. We're gonna try it here. I can hear it. Oh, it snapped. Nope. Right? Now let's take this from the knot down. See if it'll bend from the knot down. It's straight grained, right? See that? So, truthfully, the pine, they said don't do pine. Don't do what do they call it? Kiln dried. But this right here is kiln dried, this cherry. We just soaked it and steamed it, right? So the cherry we have in this mold right here is kiln dried. And they say you can't do that. So it is possible to get kiln, but you have to cut it real thin and you have to soak it for a long time. Also helps that we have a negative mold here, right? Because the negative mold here provides protection from the tension around this. It would probably break on the outside, just like you saw that do. But because this is providing extra protection against that tension on the outside of the wood, it's keeping it from snapping. And I'm pretty sure that one's going to come out looking good, right? So, not bad, dudes. Like, pretty good experience there. I'm going to go. I'm going to cut some more wood. I'm going to do some more work on the end of this. Check out my bunk bed video, y'all. Somebody who's already got it, share the link and check that video out. New member, Palm, thank you for being here. Members Carrie, members Wes. We had gifts today from Carrie and Wes. Runic, New Roots, thanks for being here. Runic, Heather B, also my right hand. Carrie is a huge supporter. We got the drumsticks. I wish I had to. I'm gonna have to get me some drumsticks. And I missed all y'all's comments on the witchery stuff, but I will definitely see, because I'm on my phone now, so I can read it all now, and it wasn't all there for me. So don't get mad at me for not checking all y'all's chat. I did see the gifts and stuff though. Love y'all and appreciate y'all. And Carrie, I hope your daughter's stomach is good. I didn't see Corbin in here earlier. Just everybody, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. If I can do anything to help you and your channel, please let me know too, because that's important to me and the growth of our community. It's all about that. And thank you everybody for being here. Do the next right thing. Check out that bunk bed video. Pop onto that link right there. Please pop onto that link and check that video out. Give me the 20th like today too. I'd really appreciate that. We love you, Carrie. Later, mister. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you maybe later. I don't know. Or tomorrow. Bye-bye.